Good day, everyone. So this is question document examination lecture series part 3. Now let's go to the brief history of question document examination. Number 1, we have here the 6th century. So under the Justinian Code, it established further guidelines for using handwriting comparisons in courts. And a judge could, in his discretion, request persons with special skills in writing to perform an examination of question writing and give testimony as the authenticity of the text. So it's similar to our document examiner, okay, wherein he will examine a question or disputed document and compare it to a standard document, either collected standards or requested standards. So he will compare it to find the similarities and dissimilarities, and he will present his findings in the courts. Okay, so he will prove there whether or not such handwriting belongs to someone, Mr. A or Mr. B, or whether or not it is genuine or fake. Okay, and next we have here 1887 in the case of Bell versus Brewster, a United States case. So in this case, the Ohio Supreme Court recognized the importance of handwriting as a means of identifying a person. Okay, and they will utilize the standards of comparison. So expert comparative analysis and opinion testimony regarding the writing in order to establish the question handwriting. So whether this question writing, okay, belongs to this particular person because they have their writings have similarities. Okay, so therefore the writer of this question document or disputed document belongs to Mr. A because there's a lot of similarities with the handwriting of this question document and the handwriting of Mr. A. Okay, so you compare it. If you're a document examination, you just compare whether or not, and you just compare and determine similarities and dissimilarities of the handwriting of such person. So that's why you need a question document, okay, and a standard or exemplar, okay, exemplar. And we have here the father of question document examination. Who's the father of question document examination? Albert Sherman Osborne. He is the father of question document examination. And as Osborne is also known for founding the American Society of Question Document Examiners, or the ASQDE, on September 2, 1942. So while in 1913, Osborne began inviting select practitioners to informal educational gatherings hosted in his home, and those meetings eventually led to the formation of the ASQDE, and he became the society's first president and was involved intimately with the discipline and society until his death 4 years later. Okay. And Osborne was involved in a number of high-profile cases during his time. Okay. Next, we have here the kinds of criminalistic examination. So first, we have the microscopic examination. So microscopic examination is any examination or study which is made with the use of microscope in order to discover the small physical details that are not visible to our naked eyes. And there are two types of microscopic examination. We have the stereoscopic examination and the compound microscope. Okay, stereoscopic microscope examination and the compound microscope examination. And with proper angle and intensity or illumination, microscopes aids in the decipherment of erasures, mga gipang erase, and some small manipulations not perfectly pictured to the unaided eye. Kaya usually, di mo guna to na makita if tao na. So you need microscope to what? To discover the small physical details nga gipang usab sa document. So you need a microscope, especially erasures. Okay? So you need a microscope. Next, we have the transmitted light examination. So in this examination, the document is viewed with the source of illumination behind it and the light passing through the paper. So just like in this picture. Okay, so the document is viewed with the source of illumination behind it. Okay, and the light passing through the paper. So mas clear. Okay, and documents are subjected to this type of examination to determine what? The presence of erasures, Japan, matching of serrations, and some other types of alterations. Okay. Next, we have the oblique light examination. From the term oblique, so sa side. So it is an examination with the illumination so controlled that it grazes or strikes the surface of the document from one side at a very low angle. So, decipherment of faded handwriting, determination of outlines in traced forgery, embossed impressions, etc. are subject to this type of examination. Okay. Again, decipherment of faded handwriting, mga na-fade na handwriting is subjected to oblique light examination. Determination of outlines sa mga trace forgery kanang gi-trace nga signature, ma-determine na sa oblique light examination. And embossed impressions. Okay. Next, we have the photographic examination. So this type of examination is essential in every document examination. And actual observations are recorded in the photographs. That's why, as a document examiner, a member of the forensic group, you need to have a camera with macro lens to capture the handwriting sample and enlarge the same for court presentation. Okay, so you need a camera with macro lens. Okay. Next, we have the ultraviolet examination. So, ultraviolet radiation is invisible and occurs in the wavelengths just below the visible blue light end of the spectrum. And this visible rays reacts to some substances so that visible light is reflected. And that phenomenon is known as fluorescence. Okay? So usually, ang UV lamp, ultraviolet lamp, is usually used in the detection of counterfeited bills. Okay? Okay, pag kuha mo UV light anang counterfeited bills, if original siya or genuine ang bill, musiga tong security features. But if walay mo reflect, walay mo siga ra, that means that you have a counterfeited bill or that bill is counterfeit. Okay. And we have here classes of questioned documents. So first, the most common type of question document. We have documents containing question signatures. So usually, muna ma-encounter sa mga document examiner. Okay? So may example of documents containing question signatures. So you have notes, okay? Mga clearance, excuse letter, TOR, may mga kuandra, signature, drafts, order, memorandum order, contracts, of course, deed of sales, then wills, and even check, okay, where signature is under suspicion. So usually, yung mga documents na yung mga question signature. Question signature in a sense nga duwa-duaan if ang gapirma ani is si Mr. A or si Mr. B or handwriting ba na nimo. Okay, personally. So just question. And next we have question documents alleged to have been containing fraudulent alterations. So it is a type of question document which does contains, okay, changes in the original content of the document itself and has a variety of classes. Mga erasures, okay? Fraudulent alterations include erasures, either mechanical or chemical. Interlineations, nakagipang-add nga paragraph or mga gipang insert dara, okay? Sa mga pages, that's insertion, and etc. Okay, that's fraudulent alterations. Next, we have question or disputed holographic wills. Usually, magud kalagmitan magaling kay kanang mga sa pamilya ba kanang mag gama-gama na will para maingon nga para para ni sa ni Mr. A nya wala si Mr. B nga iyang igsuon. So usually i-fake na nila. So that's why na-include ni siya sa classes of question document ang mga holographic will. Again, holographic will is what? Is a document that is entirely written, dated, and signed by the testator himself. So, and need not be notarized and no witnesses. Okay? So, if wala witnesses, so makagama-gama ka nga. Handwriting din is imong papa. Nga na. Then, imong kaunta ng bahay ni sa imong igsuon. Mapunta nimo. Ana. Or notarial will. Well, notarial will, medyo lisod-lisod. Why? Because as a requirement for notarial will, dapat na ay 3 witnesses and it should be notarized. So, mas lisod-lisod na siya i-fake. Okay, especially the signature. So, ang holographic will mo usually i-question good. Why? Because wala witnesses and not notarized. Okay. Again, it is completely or entirely written, dated, and signed by the testator himself. Then next, documents investigated on questioned mga typewritings na pod. Okay? Whether or not kaning a particular document gikan ba ni ani nga particular typewriter, etc. Ilalain magunangan typewriter, ilalain siya pag typeface. Okay? So ma-determine if kana nga document gikan ani nga typewriter or sa laing typewriter. Typewriter A or typewriter B. And question document on issues of their age or date. So documents question pertaining to the date of preparation of documents such as langalan titles na siya, mga certificates, birth certificates, mga licenses, and other documents which can expire and can be renewed. Okay? So usually, mo siya, the question documents on issues of their age or date, especially ang mga land titles, like kita nimo sa title nga fresh pa kayo pero 1902 pa dito nga land title nganong murag new man. Oh. Then yeah, mga birth certificates nganong PSA man ay nganong NS NSO nga PSA naman ta. Nga so ma-question siya. Then question documents on the issues of materials used and their production. So generally, most of the public documents are the one being subjected to this kind of controversy. And also our currency bills. Currency bills, okay, is one of the very concrete example of documents which are being forged through the use of false materials. Okay, issues on materials used in their productions. Okay, usually dili magud masuhid sa counterfeiter ang pagama sa currency bill gyud nato gikan sa BSP. So usually na-question jud ang materials that are being used in such kind of counterfeit documents. Ma-determine gyud na like simpleng pag-promote pa lang di na mo balik. Okay. And we have here question documents. Documents or items investigated because it is alleged that they identify some persons through handwritings. Okay, so very basic. So thank you for listening.